Sorry, guys, we're having a problem of network. Let's wait for Candith to rejoin us again as we continue with the conversation. I still we're still gonna talk a lot more on it. Yeah, yeah. Join again, Candy. Let me accept her. Yeah, we're having a network problem. I think it's this load shedding that is giving us. Ozil Machabi, hi, sir. You've just joined us. We are in a conversation with
Oh,
Candith Mashego. We're talking about the thing that has just happened at Leaks and Transmere. Right. You were still explaining there's a lot of shaming that you got, and your hair, or you have been called a lot of names because of your hair.
yeah, and that happens a lot, DD, because it also happens in schools. It happens everywhere where people are telling you, or you know what, your hair is ugly just because you have an afro. And there are
Mm,
these things we think they are jokes if you're sitting in front of a class, but oh no, mriri ya nchira, and stuff
mm,
like that, you know. So you grow up in this society that does not want to accept your hair, and then when you
mm,
are old and you are my age, they start telling you or you hate your hair. But since I
mm,
was little, you've been telling me that my hair is ugly. So how am I supposed to love it now? That is what
mm,
is happening. And even when you go to Google and you Google unprofessional hair, you're going to find
yeah,
somebody that looks like me. You're
exactly,
going to find
exactly.
somebody that is black. So if I
Mm,
am Candice, I want to work in the corporate world and my hair does not fit the description of a professional. What am I going to
mm,
do? You
mm,
know? So that is what
mm.
is happening.
So, but now there's this that happened. I think it took by or the political party EFF just responded to
Mm,
it after they saw that thing. They described our African hair of our sisters and everything with
mm.
something that we didn't like, and it's trending now. So I just want you to get your response to it. How do you respond to it? As much as you are one, or you are one of the victims, how can how did it sit with you?
The way EFF responded.
Yeah.
You know what, Didi? What like, I think the hair issue has been addressed so many times. It has
Mm,
been addressed so many times, I can't even count it. And every generation has its struggle, right?
yeah.
So what I wish, Kugore, our struggle as our generation should be this one of hair. We should address it, we should get rid of it so that the next generation doesn't have to fight the same struggle that we are fighting, because that is just going in circles. The way EFF responded to it, and I'm not saying that I promote how they destroyed some of the property in some cases,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
sometimes, DD, when you speak so many times and something keeps happening, all you
Yeah.
can do is scream. And what the EFF did was to scream, because
Okay.
sometimes enough is enough. If you can hear me, then let me be a little bit louder. And if a little
Okay.
bit louder means taking a lock and locking the store, then be it. But the message that I think I took out from that is that we are going to address this, whether you want it, you want to hear it or not. We are going to speak, because now
But
we cannot be silenced.
mm, mm,
Yeah.
mm. No, you were still talking. You can continue, and unless
Yeah,
you're done.
so I feel like we have been addressing it in corporate world. We've been addressing it the wrong way. I feel like we've been addressing it to accommodate other people. If they say your hair
Mm,
is unprofessional, I'm going to get a wig the next day. That is how I'm going
mm,
to address the issue. Okay,
mm,
but how the EFF addressed it right now, I feel like the noise is necessary, because Waropola, I don't remember when it was, when that kid, I forgot her name, she stood in front of her principal with her fist held high because of her
yeah,
hair,
man, yeah,
her natural
yeah.
hair. That wasn't
Mm,
screaming enough. You can see what
mm,
they never got the message.
mm,
The advertising companies never got the message. So even now, I'm not saying they got the message, but it's a good place to start. I don't want my kids to fight the same.
the network again. The network again. The network. What are you doing to us? Mm-hmm. So the network. Yeah, the network is a problem, hey?
Yeah, it is a problem I've noticed, but it seems
Yeah.
like it's not so bad. So should we continue?
Yeah, let's continue.
Okay,
We have to address this issue. But
we have to.
anyway, Candy, I
Hmm.
saw there's one leader of the party, which I don't want to mention names, but
Hmm.
we're gonna mention the name of the parties if it needs to be. This
Okay.
gentleman is a DA member. He
Mm,
said that they are opening a case against EFF of vandalism of whatever that they've done today. And
mm,
to me, it came to me in like it surprised me that why are they doing that? Because there's someone out there who is crying because her hair has been shamed. Um,
mm.
someone saying that why are men who are going out and talk about this issue? Those kind of things. I don't know, like if we do have people who are saying. This is wrong. As for address why I don't know what to respond there.
Yeah, Didi, like first of all, now you mentioned you touched base on the vandalism. Fine. There was vandalism. It happened. We saw it, and we cannot ignore that. The other thing is that there were men who went out there and addressed this issue. And I am happy that that happened because it's about time, DG, we got black men to fight this hair issue alongside black women because black men are kings. And the first true love of a black little girl is his father. So if those men are going out there to say this shall not happen to my daughter, then be it. And again, every time I feel like every time when it comes to issues of blackness, that political party is always there to, I don't know, to address it in a certain way, to call the lawyers whatsoever and do what they are doing. They are within their rights to do it. There was vandalism, we saw it, but okay, fine, except for the fact that you are opening a case. Here is the matter at hand. What are you saying about it? They're distancing themselves away from the issue that hair is political and this hair thing is an issue, and they are only focused on vandalism. That says a lot about them. Yeah.
While you add that, I think there's something that we need to check
Mm.
while you still add that. There are some other people who are saying this is a public stand for
Yeah.
X and do you think do you think so?
Didi, sometimes as people, especially with our generation, we try so hard to act woke. I don't know, maybe woke is the new thing. I don't know. It makes me
Yeah.
mad because people say this is a marketing strategy. People
Yeah,
saying,
yeah, true.
yes, people saying this is a publicity stunt. But let me tell you
Yeah.
what's happening, Didi. Ne? To me, I refuse to see it as such because in other shops, when you go to other shops, Didi, ne, when you walk in, you find what there are hair products and they are on the same aisle, right?
Exactly.
But this is the other thing. When you look at the products that are there to treat my African hair, they are in a glass which is locked and I have to see them through the glass. But
Huh?
the products for white hair are not locked in, they are on the shelves, well advertised. So
Mm,
this to me is not a publicity stunt. This is the truth of what happens with shops when it comes to addressing these hair products. They address them differently because there was a big issue that some shops are locking them in. This products that have to treat my black hair, they lock them in. Or more
why?
feature DD in a shop. I've not noticed it at Clicks. I have not noticed it. But when you get there, okra logore a product of black pearl. Black pearl, it has like pearl tusi outside with her afro, ne? When more feature check out the box, it's empty. You have to take the box, go to the till with it. That is when they put the product. But when
Hey.
you check on the other side and you see a hair conditioner of another conditioner, I'm not going to name names now, of products that have to treat white hair, they are there, they're inside the box. it goes to tell you, well, this is not a publicity stunt. This says we cannot put this in the box because you are a black person and you will steal it. So you have to go with the box to the till and get it there. So this, I
Yo,
refuse to believe what this is a publicity stunt. It's not a publicity stunt. It's the truth that these
yo,
people are doing, and it's how they address it. And they got so comfortable in doing it until today.
yo, again, you told me something that I didn't know. Like I
Yes,
didn't know. I
it
didn't know that
happens.
side
People
there.
want to go to social media and act woke, but we really, really ignore what is happening because we want acceptance of certain people. If somebody cannot accept you, they will never accept you no matter how you try. So stick to your blackness and stick to your truth, because at the end of the day, your blackness is the only thing that you have. So you have to defend it with whatever power that you have, because that is what you'll be and that is what you can ever be. Nothing else.
But let's check the issue. Hence, you're saying that it's not a public stunt.
Mm,
Is there? I'm not sure. Is there anything so called this thing so called bad and good publicity
yeah.
around this? Around this, how do you respond to that?
Okay, Didi, there is something in the media,
Okay.
especially in marketing. There is something in the media, especially in marketing, where they say no publicity is bad publicity.
Okay.
But we have seen arrogance be the
Mm,
fall of big artists. So
mm.
today, a friend of mine just put a screenshot on her WhatsApp, where this rapper's sales have dropped to 1 million views from 40 to something views because of some shooting incident that happened. So this, like,
Okay.
I don't know what happened. I don't really have much clarity on it because I just read it by passing. So sometimes in this world, this thing about no publicity is bad publicity is gone, because
Mm.
the same media that makes you famous is the same media that will break you.
Thank you.
The same radio station that will play your song and introduce you to the people can be the same radio station that will say,
Yeah.
you know what, this person did this and that, this person did this and that could be the fall of you. So right now, that is why PR is important, because
Yeah.
what makes you can also break you. So there is such thing such as bad publicity. We should
Yeah.
stop going with the crowd when they say no, publicity is bad publicity, and then we believe it.
Mm.
That is going with the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kenny, you've
Mhm.
just mentioned. I think as we approach the ending of our conversation, you've
Mm.
just mentioned that certain products of same race or of a particular race are being locked in somewhere,
Mm.
and if they are not locked up, when you open inside, you won't get that product that you want. So you need to go to the sales whosoever. I don't know how they call them,
Mm.
and certain race, which are white race products that are used for their hair, it is there displayed. Do you
It is.
think? Do you think between us as black people and them as white people, ever since we got democracy, ever since and whatever they're talking about apartheid back then, now we freedom and all those democracy and all those, do you think we'll ever be that peace? Do you think I'm gonna ever receive that?
Didi, we are far from that. We cannot expect rather a system
Mm,
that was built in 40 years. I think apartheid lasted for 40, if, yeah, for something 40 years, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah.
We cannot expect a system that was built in like more than 2 centuries to be gone
Mm,
in 27 years. We can, like, that is not realistic. So
mm,
to me, I feel like we still have a long way to go, and I'm not sure if we will get there, but bit by bit, some issues are being addressed. I don't think there can ever be such things such as equality, because
mm,
the other thing is that people still have this mentality where white people are superior and black people are inferior. And the other thing that really pains me is to see black people sponsoring black hate. It
mm,
happens. it is there and it exists and we cannot run away from it. We have black people who say, I will never work for a black person. If that radio station was owned by a white person, it would be successful. If this lodge was owned by a white person, it would be successful. That is the real self-hate. Self-hate is not me wearing a wig. Self-hate is you thinking that Dumisani is not good enough, but some white kid out there in front of a camera is much better than Dumisani. That is the self-hate that we have to get out of our head. One thing I know, Kogore, you cannot change how people see you. You can only change how you see yourself. So instead of us trying to get other people or other races to accept us, we should stop this bullshit of looking down on our fellow black brothers and our fellow black sisters. I once said, I am getting rid of all the people in my life who start the sentence with the problem with black people. Because Didi, I don't think there is a problem with us. I don't think there is a problem with me. I don't think there's a problem with you. I don't think there's a problem with any other black person. We are just caught up in a certain society that we have to change ourselves. The next time when we go out there and we say society does this and that, we should remember and the rest of the people, we are society. Society is not some person sitting in a lounge doing something. Society is me and you and our opinions. That is society. So with that, I feel like we still have a long way to go, but self-acceptance is much more important than trying to get somebody to accept you for who you are. And the other thing that I wanted to address, the Facebook hate that you got because of this whole interview. I was so mad. I wanted to address, because that person said that, what if Clicks is going to sponsor you one day? Didi, what if Black Like Me is going to sponsor you one day? What if Dark and Lovely is going to sponsor you one day? And they are watching you chicken out of this damn racism just because you're thinking Clicks will sponsor you one day. Is this mentality, we have to look for something white to sponsor us, and we are ignoring the fact that there are black products that can actually want to invest in you? So that person should just go and suck a big eggplant and leave you alone. If they want to be silenced, then they should not silence you and I too. Because what is impossible for them, it's possible for us. We have a certain vision for black people that they don't have. Those are the same people when we are in a room full of white people and they say, oh my God, your English, you don't speak like, you speak too well of an English for a black person. Those are the kind of people that take that as a compliment. And until we address those issues and until we do away with those kind of black people who are ready to sell us out at the biggest bidder, then I don't know. But what I can say, Kogore, let us fix this so that our kids don't have to fix it. Representation is important.
A lot of people are applauding you here for what you are saying. I can see you have Surprise. I can see you have Sandile. We have Kanye.
Hi, Sandile. Hi, Kanye.
Yeah, a couple of people, they're applauding you for what you're saying. Candy, I think you are waking me something here. We have brothers and sisters who are working at Clicks. I don't know what is going to happen to them if Clicks shut down or if Clicks close down. There are those who are permanent there. There are those who are putting food on their table. As much as you've just mentioned that maybe other companies, but now we're talking of millions of young South Africans like you and me, whom we are employed by someone else. You understand? I don't know what's your response to that. But before you answer that, let me just remind someone who have just come in now that I'm talking to Candith Mashego. She's my former colleague. We're tackling the issue, hashtag Clicks must fall. Do not forget to go. This hashtag has been going on after a certain product that was advertised wrongly with a black woman up against a white woman. That simply represents that white is better than black. That was it. So I'm talking to Candith Mashego here. I think you can just take us through what about our sisters and brothers who are working at least?
Yeah, Didi, you know what? The unemployment is very high in our country. It is very high,
Yeah.
and I cannot expect my brother who works at Clicks to just put down the tools and say, you know what, I'm going to join the movement, because at the end of the day, a black person's income, just one income, it goes through so many steps. It goes through
Yeah.
so many steps. So what I can put out there is that we have our black parents who are working in farms and they are
Yeah.
mistreated. We have black people who are working in these shops and they are permanent. Clicks is a very great store and I applaud them for that. They have the pharmacy, they have almost everything and stuff. So I can applaud them for that. So I am also worried about the unemployment that is going on in the country and the fact that people might lose their jobs at that. And I cannot go out there and say, come and join my revolution, stop your job and everything. It is very sad. So I will not blame somebody who works at Clicks for trying to protect their brand,
Yeah.
because sometimes you have to know, don't cut the hand that feeds you. But
Same
then
thing.
at the end of the day, Didi, we have to actually ask ourselves, okay, I am going to do this, but at what cost? At what cost? Like, what am I sacrificing for this? Some people like me and you, we stand for what we believe in, even if it means
Exactly.
standing alone. But some people don't have the luxury to do that. So if you are a Clicks worker and you feel like, you know what, I do believe in this and I am really against what is happening, but I have this on the line, please,
Ish, the network. Wait,
for something so little.
wait, Candy,
Yeah?
you got cut off a bit while you were just saying you were talking to that brother or sister who's working at leaks. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Look, you have to do what you have to do so that you can do what you want to do. And if that means remaining silent about Theresa May and what they did, then by all means do it. If that
okay,
means say it in the we've been there where we
yeah,
have a boss and they're so messed up and we don't agree with them, but we just in
exactly.
our heart we say, you know what, middle finger to you. If you don't want to say it out loud, don't say it out loud. Don't be bullied to say it out loud, because at the end of the day, you have a vision. Your dream was not to work at that certain retail shop. You had a bigger dream than that. So if working at this store is your stepping stone to get to where you want to be,
Yeah,
then by all means, black brother and black sister, do it. And don't be bullied by social media to do otherwise. If you have to stand over there and watch other people fight this, then do it. Because at the end of the day, I, as Candith, will come here and I'll talk about my struggle as a black woman when it
yeah,
comes to hair. And you will agree with me, but I cannot be able to get you another job. I don't have the luxury for that. We are black, we are young, we are still trying to build ourselves. So we don't have the luxury to hire you. We don't have the resources. So if right now Clicks is hiring you and you're working there and you're permanent, do what you have to do so that you can do what you want to do later on. That's what I can say.
Candy.
Yep,
Before I let you go again,
yes,
Clicks apologized
they did.
of the incident. How to respond to that?
Didi, every time when somebody decides to shit on a black person, they always come with an apology all the damn time. Every time, even
You know
Vicky.
what is it that is reminding me? You know what it reminded
Mm.
me? That artist incident that I said sorry for what okay, yeah.
Done. So, okay, every time when a person shits on a black person, they say sorry. And as black people,
Yeah.
we have this thing, we are humble blacks. Let's stop
Mm,
being humble blacks. The time to turn the other cheek is over. So now a person comes here and say, I am sorry. You know what? The perfect example of an I'm sorry is take a glass plate, throw it to the ground. It's gonna break. Say sorry to the
mm,
plate. It's not going to come together and become okay. It's broken. It's broken. So there is this whole thing that is going on with trying to break a black child, and somehow these brands are trying to succeed. I don't know what Clicks is trying to get out of this, but a story is not enough. It can never be enough. Whatever.
Network, please. Network, please. Network, please. Network, please come back. Network. We're about to finish. Network, please. Network, bear with us. Ngiyacela, network. Ngiyacela. Yo. End it, and we're gonna come back again.